Stop learning n8n. Seriously. Close that tutorial, delete those templates because here's what nobody telling you. Learning n8n by watching video is like trying to learn swim by just watching the video. It doesn't work. I'm about to share you 5 brutal lessons that took me months to figure out, but by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to learn n8n 10x faster than everyone else. Look, n8n is very powerful. It's literally one of the most powerful automation tool out there. But here's the problem. Most people approach it like studying for an school exam. They watch tutorial, take notes and save workflow. And then 3 months later, they are still trying to build a very simple workflow, but they can't build the workflow from scratch. I have spent last few years, so I have more than 7 years of experience in the software industry and mostly in the automation side. And I have spent years into deep in the automation. And I can tell you this, the way you learn n8n will make you either very dangerous or make you quit. So in this video, I'll break down 5 things I desperately wish someone had told me before I started out. These aren't your typical tips and tricks. They are hard-earned lessons which I learned from my journey from scratch to the n8n expert. And if you stick till the end, I'll be sharing you 30-day learning framework that helped me go from a confused beginner to building production level ready system that actually makes money. Let's dive in. First, stop watching tutorial, start building it. Okay, this might sound weird, right? Don't watch tutorial, but hear me out. Think about it. Imagine trying to learn cooking by just watching video. Oh, this is look amazing. Oh, this is amazing. But you know all the technique, all the fancy terms out there. But first time you pick the knife and you are lost. Here's what happened with the most of the people learning n8n. They watch beautiful video where everything worked perfectly. They see clean test data flowing through all the nodes out there and successfully implementing it. It looks simple and elegant. So they think, great, I can do it now. But here's the reality hits you. You try to build something yourself and suddenly you're starting to getting this error you have never seen before. Your data isn't properly mapped like it was in the tutorial. Things that worked in the tutorial are not working in the real world. Because in the tutorial, the data that you were showing was perfect and it was casted for the tutorial thing. But in the real world, there would be very mismatched data which you would be getting, which you have to handle on your own, for which you will get an error. So pro tip, instead of watching your next tutorial, do this. Pick one thing that you do manually every day, like saving email attachment or copying data from between the apps or managing your finances. Then open n8n and try to automate it. Let yourself struggle for 30 minutes, then go and watch the video where you are stuck. This is called as learning by doing, not learning by watching. I remember when I first started, I spent 2 weeks watching the tutorial. I felt very smart that I know everything. I could do anything. I can explain any node, any trigger like a pro. But when my friend asked me to make a simple automation, I was just completely lost. I didn't know what is going on, how it doesn't work, because I had never implemented that. Then I realized tutorial give you knowledge, struggling gives you skill. Quick question. How many workflow template do you have in your n8n? Drop a number in the comments. I bet some of you might be having 50 plus. Mine, I was having 73 automation in my n8n. None of them were made by me. It was just copy paste from some creator and it was lying in my workflow, making me feel smart. And now let's see who wins the competition and who can beat my record. Second, your first 10 workflow should solve your problem. Here's mistake number 2 that kills people progress while building the n8n workflow. Listen, I get it. You see someone post on X or LinkedIn 30 node workflow with AI agent and error handling and you think that's what I want. But here's what you don't know. The person who have posted that workflow might have built 50, 100 workflow in before giving out this workflow. And it's your first workflow and you are feeling that I have got this workflow, I am good to go now. Think of it like you would like to build a mansion before learning how to build a doghouse, right? It doesn't work like that. Here's what I want you to do instead. Look around your life. What are the things you are doing manually which makes you feel like, oh, every time? Maybe it's like copying data from one app to another app, managing your finances, downloading invoice and renaming that. Let me show you an example. So this is my production ready workflow. It's called as finance manage. So I use this multiple credit card. So as you can see, I have 2 credit cards from ICICI Bank and Scapia. So my credit card spending is a lot. So I spend mostly using my credit card, but that information is getting lost. So I have to manually track each and every credit card, whatever spend I have done. So I have created this automation where whatever credit card I have done, which will go and store it in my Notion page out there. So if I show you the execution, you can see all the execution over here. And this is not the direct final execution. So you will see some error out there which makes me to ask the question why it is failing and then solve it. So you'll be seeing this is the last error which I got. Now each and everyone is working perfectly fine. Why it has happened? Because I started doing it from my own, started solving it for myself. So that's how you go into the real world, ask yourself a question and start solving it for yourself. When you will start solving for yourself, you will gain confidence and you will know how does everything work properly and how does the production ready data comes from a real life. It may sound boring, but it will help you to save a lot of time of yourself, and it will give you more and more confidence, which will help you to learn more and more better. Now let's go to the third thing. Talk to the real people with the real problem out there in the world. So now you have solved all the problems which you have in your life. It's time to get in the market. Start talking to your friend, your family, your close relatives. Ask them, try to have the conversation with them. Third thing, talk to real people with the real problem. When you're building for yourself, you might give up and it might feel hard because it's just you, no pressure. Now when you're building for someone else, suddenly you have to figure it out. They're counting on you, that pressure, that actually your best teacher. Think about it like learning a language. You use Duolingo for learning. You spend weeks learning on the Duolingo, but you actually go to some country like France, German, and when other person speak in French or German, you got blank out. Now your Duolingo, when you were learning for yourself, there is no someone else. Now that's where you stuck. Now here's the action plan. Talk to 5 people this week. Can be family member, can be your friend, can be a close relative, your local business owner. Talk to them. Ask them this exact question. What is the one thing they do manually each and every day or week that is tedious to them? Listen for the time sucking task. I copy the customer data from my email to my spreadsheet. I have to download all the attachment. Then I send follow-up message to 50 people out there. There will be many problems which these people might be facing. Offer to automate this for free or for some cheap prices. Tell them I'm learning automation. Let me build this for you. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, you lose nothing. It's a win-win situation for them because they're not losing anything. Win situation for you because you're getting to know how the production ready system you can make it. And the one pro tip out there, start with the one workflow. Don't try to automate their entire business. Pick one painful process, build it, get it working into production, then go for the next one. This way you will start feeling the confidence. They will start getting confidence on you. You will make a good bonding. Then once you are starting to build more and more production ready workflow, then you can charge much higher out there. Here's what happened when you do this. You learn to handle messy data out there. You discover edge cases. You learn to communicate. You build confidence with the people. You get the testimonial. This all information, this all thing will make you more and more confidence, and then you can start stacking up your price much higher when you go to the next person because you have the data to show them. By the way, if you are liking the content or what I'm sharing with you, it's the content which I have faced in my life till now. I hope you are liking this thing. If you are liking it, please press the like button, subscribe and share with your friend. It will help the algorithm to push this video to the larger audience out there. Point number 4. Simple workflow can beat the complex workflow that impresses. Let me tell you a story that changed everything for me. I once spent 3 weeks building this absolutely beautiful workflow. It had multiple agents, complex branching logic, error handling for every possible scenario, sub workflow, calling other sub workflow, dynamic data transformation. It was a work of art. I posted on X, got a bunch of likes, felt like I am a genius. Then I looked at my client revenue spreadsheet. My highest earning automation, the one generating lakhs for my client, 4 freaking nodes. Trigger, enrich data, send to CRM and notification. That's it. But here's the kicker. It ran flawlessly every single day. No break, no error, just consistent, reliable automation. Meanwhile, my masterpiece with 30 different node workflow, it broke twice in my first week. Think about it. Would you rather have a Ferrari that breaks every day or a reliable Toyota which runs 3 lakh miles without an issue? In automation, reliability beats compatibility every single time. Pro tip, make a workflow in such a sense that can you explain this to a non-technical person out there? If you can explain non-technical person, it means the workflow is like end-to-end working perfectly. Now here's what actually makes money in the automation. Impressive looking workflow with 50 nodes? No. Simple workflow with that solves expensive problem? Yes. Using every feature of n8n? No. Using only what's needed which will get your job done? Yes. Building to impress other automation nerds out there? No. Building to save clients and money? Yes. I see this mistake everywhere. I open the LinkedIn, there are so many workflow out there. I open the YouTube channel, there are so many workflow out there. People not knowing what is there in the workflow, they just go copy and paste it over there. The n8n people is makes so simple that just copy the workflow JSON file and you are having in your project out there. But it's kind of all confusion without any value. Business owner who are seeking the automation does not care about how many nodes or how complex is your workflow. They only care about the time and value this workflow bring. Next time when you're trying to build, don't overcomplicate anything. Simplicity will always beat the complexity if the simplicity is solving the problem. Point number 5, master the business side or stay broke. Alright, this is the one nobody wants to hear it, but it's very important. You can become the best end-to-end developer on the planet. You know every node, every feature, every integration, but if you can't find the people with expensive problem, or doesn't know how to communicate with the people, or actually don't know how to close deal and get paid, then your technicality might be worthless. Harsh, but it's true. I see so many technical people, so brilliant people out there, but in the company they say hire person who is more smarter than you. CEO and everything are not much smarter. They are good at communicating. They're good at closing the deals and everything. They hire the people who are good at technical, good with the knowledge out there to grow their product and their business out there. So if you know all the technical stuff out there, if you know everything, every feature and everything, but if you don't know how to communicate with the people, you don't know how to pitch your workflow, how to get a expensive workflow, how to get a client for the workflow, it's of no use. So let me tell you one very good thing how to pitch the client. So never go to the client saying I know this thing, this can do this thing, this can do all this thing. The business person doesn't care that whole thing. The business person only care about the time and value. Whenever you go and try to pitch to a client, ask them this question: what is the main problem they are facing? What is the amount of money they are putting right now to solve that problem? Calculate the amount. Let's say for example, currently they are doing manually, they are spending $100 per hour, and in a month they are spending around 30 hour out there. So it's kind of a $3,000. If you can make the workflow which can do the same stuff with the 1500 or 2000 without any human intervention, why wouldn't they give you the money? Always solve the problem, always give the value to your customer. Then customer, client will come to you, will give you money which they are spending currently on manual stuff. All about ROI, return on investment. So in the business, the only real skill is finding people with the problem, understanding their problem deeply, building solutions that work, explaining value in their language and not technical term, and collecting the payment. So now let's understand the 30-day learning framework which I was talking earlier. So week 1, automate 3 of your own manual workflow. Start with something simple like saved email attachment, organized file or something. Our goal is to understand how does the trigger work, basic node work, to boost the confidence in ourselves. Week 2, find 3 people with the problem. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, like local businesses. Goal is to identify the automation problem, how you can tackle it, how you can do the communication, how you can get them to give their project. Goal is not to earn the money right now. Goal is to understand how does the thing work in the actual data. Week 3, build 3 solutions for the people. Even if it's cheap, even if it's free, it doesn't matter. Goal is to handle real data out there, the real edge cases, and getting the real feedback from the people. Week 4 is to document and improve. Now, since you have learned how does the actual data work, how does the real data work, how to talk with the people, it's time to move forward. It's time to earn money. Start getting the testimonial from the people for whom you have built the process. Record your progress, share it in your LinkedIn, share in your X, somewhere where people can see this stuff. Make your workflow more reliable. Build system that last. This framework took me from overwhelming beginner to the pro level automation consultant. Not because I know everything, but because I focused on what matters actually for the people out there. So let's conclude everything. Stop watching tutorials. Stop getting too much in tutorial and not doing everything practically. Solve your problem first. Talk to people, friends, local businesses out there. Try to understand how does the real data work. Start getting the feedback, getting a testimonial. Share your progress and solve the actual problem which users are facing. Look, n8n is just a tool. It's a powerful tool, but it's just a tool, like a Zapier and Make. Our goal is to know how to solve the other person problem. It could be solved using n8n, it could be solved using Zapier, it could be solved like normal kind of Excel sheet also. So now, as I told you, follow the 30-day framework and you will see improvement in yourself. Then let me know in the comment. So now I hope you like the video. Please share your thoughts about this video in the comment box. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care.